The New Zealand dollar, with NZ dollar, sometimes used to distinguish it from other dollar-denominated currencies. In the context of currency trading, it is often informally called the Kiwi, or Kiwi dollar. Since New Zealand is commonly associated with the Kiwi and the $1 coin depicts the indigenous bird on its reverse. Introduced in 1967, the dollar is subdivided into 100 cents. Altogether there are 10 denominations, 5 coins and 5 banknotes, with the smallest being the 10-cent coin. Formerly there were lower denominations, but those were discontinued due to inflation and production costs. The New Zealand dollar is the 11th most traded currency in the world, representing 2.1% of global foreign exchange market daily turnover in 2019. Prior to the introduction of the New Zealand dollar in 1967, the New Zealand pound was the currency of New Zealand, which had been distinct from the pound sterling since 1933. The pound used the pound SD system, in which the pound was divided into 20 shillings and 1 shilling was divided into 12 pence. A system which by the 1950s was considered complicated and cumbersome. Switching to decimal currency had been proposed in New Zealand since the 1930s. Although only in the 1950s did any plans come to fruition. In 1957, a committee was set up by the government to investigate decimal currency. The idea fell on fertile ground, and in 1963, the government decided to decimalize New Zealand currency. The Decimal Currency Act was passed in 1964, setting the date of transition to the 10th of July 1967. Words such as fern, kiwi, and zeal were proposed to avoid confusion with the word dollar, which many people at the time associated with the United States dollar. In the end, the word dollar was chosen anyway, and an anthropomorphic dollar note cartoon character called Mr. Dollar became the symbol of transition in a huge publicity campaign. On Monday, the 10th of July 1967, the New Zealand dollar was introduced to replace the pound at a rate of $2 to £1. Some 27 million new banknotes were printed and 165 million new coins were minted for the changeover. The New Zealand dollar was initially pegged to the US dollar at 1 United States dollar and 43 cents equals 1 New Zealand dollar. This rate changed on the 21st of November of the same year to 1 United States dollar and 12 cents equals 1 New Zealand dollar after the devaluation of the British pound, although New Zealand devalued more than the UK. In 1971, the US devalued its dollar relative to gold, leading New Zealand on the 23rd of December to peg its dollar at 1.216 United States dollars with a 4.5% fluctuation range, keeping the same gold value. From the 9th of July 1973 to the 4th of March 1985, the dollar's value was determined from a trade-weighted basket of currencies. On the 4th of March 1985, the NZ dollar was floated at the initial rate of 0.4444 United States dollars. Since then, the dollar's value has been determined by the financial markets and has been in the range of about 39 United States cents to 0.88. The dollar's post-float low was 0.3922 United States dollars on the 22nd of November 2000, and it reached a post-float high on the 9th of July 2014 of 0.8821 United States dollars. Much of this medium-term variation in the exchange rate has been attributed to differences in interest rates. The New Zealand dollar's value is often strongly affected by currency trading, and as among the 10 most traded currencies. On the 11th of June 2007, the Reserve Bank sold an unknown worth of New Zealand dollars for $9 billion USD in an attempt to drive down its value. This is the first intervention in the markets by the bank since the float in 1985. Two suspected interventions followed, but they were not as successful as the first. The first appeared to be initially effective, with the dollar dropping to approximately 0.7490 United States dollars from near 0.7620 United States dollars. However, within little more than a month it had risen to new post-float highs. reaching 0.8103 United States dollars on the 23rd of July 2007. After reaching its post-float record high in early 2008. The value of the NZ dollar plummeted throughout much of the second half of 2008 and the first quarter of 2009 as a response to the global economic downturn and flight by investors away from riskier currencies such as the NZ dollar. The NZ dollar bottomed out at approximately 50 United States cents on the 6th of March 2009. However, it rebounded strongly as the year progressed, reaching the 75 United States cents range by November 2009. By late 2012, the dollar was holding above 80 US cents, occasionally reaching 85, prompting calls from the Green Party for quantitative easing. Unions also called on the government and the Reserve Bank to take action. But as of February 2013, both had declined. As of early June 2017, the NZD was trading at approximately 71 United States cents. And in early November 2019 it was valued as 63 United States cents equals 1 New Zealand dollar. On the introduction of the dollar, coins came in denominations of 1C, 2C, 5C, 10C, 20C, and 50C. The 1C and 2C coins were bronze. The others were cupro-nickel. To ease transition, the 5C, 10C, and 20C were the same size as the sixpence, shilling and florin that they respectively replaced. And until 1970, the 10-cent coin bore the additional legend, 1 shilling. The obverse designs of all the coins featured a